just had a nice swim at Vlad's swim. Did you do 10K or 5?
10.
Is it 5 too short?
Yeah, I don't get out of bed for less than 10.
All right. Are you happy the way you swim?
I thought I was good today. Last time I did this swim, I wasn't. I was a bit, I'd been ill.
Yeah.
And I felt quite good today, and I was happy because I'm preparing for some big swims in New Zealand.
All right. Is it the secret swims or
No, I don't tend to do the secret swim thing. I just declare it, and I'm trying to do the Triple Crown of New Zealand. No Australian's done it, which is Favo Strait from Clark Island.
It's way down south.
Way down south.
Oh shit, that's the one there.
That's going to be a bit chilly.
Yeah.
And then Cook Strait, obviously one of the Ocean 7. And then Lake Taupo, which that's a big swim too, 40K freshwater. But I'm thinking trying to do them February, March, April. Eat heavily at the buffet.
Yeah.
And done.
So you're going to go back and forward, or you're going to stay there for a few?
Just with work, I got to go back and forwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, by some reason, I thought you'd done Cook Strait already.
No.
Didn't realize you haven't done it yet. No. That's all right. Cool. How do you get involved with all this open water? Like, what brought you? I know you're from Tassie.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, well, I've always flirted with different sports over the years, from AFL when I was younger to marathon running, mid-distance running, and then swimming was always a part of our life. We grew up basically, my father used to take us every weekend in the summer to the Launceston Aquatic Centre.
Yeah.
The Ariane Titmus Aquatic Centre.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
So we used to go. We used to live
She
there.
bit you. Could have had the Ross Youngman Aquatic Centre, but
she's just slightly higher profile.
There's a few more. There's a few more aquatic centres.
So yeah, we grew up there, and swimming was always part of my life. It was my sort of yoga. It was my sort of clear the head, my mental management. Stretching, exercise, everything wrapped into one, and I did it quite consistently. I gave up competitive swimming when I was about 13, so I didn't burn out. And so it's always been 2 or 3 swims a year. Then you go back to about 2012. I was actually up in North Queensland with some old university mates who were swimmers.
Yeah.
And we were having a big dinner, and the alcohol was involved. And at some
That's
point,
only good decisions come up after drinking a little bit of alcohol, right?
At some point early in the morning of the following day, and we're not talking after 8, we're talking somewhere in the 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. zone, we decided that we'd go and do a relay on the English Channel. And we'd book, and we'd turn up in a couple of years. And that's what happened. And, we forgot about it. And then I got a call from this mate, Tom O'Byrne, and he said, our swim's coming up in 6 months.
You're like, what swim?
Yeah, so that's how I got into it. It was a relay on the English Channel. After I did the relay, what happened was, we raised quite a bit of money for charity, the Australian Indigenous Education Foundation, which, always makes you feel good that you're doing something positive. And we were sitting in a bar in Dover, and Mike Gregory was there, and who's a big swimmer in Melbourne, done Loch Ness and a range of things, and we were sort of carrying on a bit, pretty happy with ourselves. He looked over and he went, you're just relay guys. How
did that make you feel?
Didn't feel great. Sort of put us back in our box. And at that point I thought, at some point when my kids, because doing this stuff when you've got teenage kids is quite an impost. And you want to keep your marriage together and all that sort of stuff. So I thought in a few years, after the kids finish high school, I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to go back to the English Channel, and I'm going to do a solo.
Mm-hmm. And that's how long did it take between that and that?
Well, that was, 2013 was the relay, and with COVID, because I had to roll over 3 times to get to the English Channel.
Oh, yeah.
And basically I did that swim in 2022, July 2022.
I got very lucky with the English Channel too, because I had a slot in 2020. And then Trent Grimsey convinced me to do it in 2019. And luckily he did, because otherwise there's no way I would have swum it because of the COVID.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. That sort of got me back into it. And because of the COVID thing, I was doing all the training for literally 3 years. So I'm up there with the training. I'm doing whatever, I was going hard, probably 35 Ks a week. And I'm thinking, I'm doing all this work. I need some swims. So that's when I think the first swim was Rottnest. I got to Rottnest just before COVID kicked in.
Yeah.
Then we got a little opening in Tasmania and got the Derwent done. And then it sort of rolled through, and suddenly, I'd done the Triple Crown of Australia. And then when it did finally open up with the English Channel, I thought,
more crowns,
what? I'm going to go and do Catalina as a warm-up for the English Channel. And then I thought, well, I'm doing Catalina and the English Channel, I might as well do around Manhattan. And so I did them sort of back to back in a few months.
That's so good. When Ross Youngman will stop?
Well, I haven't announced this yet, but I reckon I've got probably 7 big swims that I'd like to do. 7 more, and 3 of those are the New Zealand swims. And then, I'd like to have a crack at all the Ocean Sevens, whether I get there or not, but probably Bristol, and just try and put those together. And again, whether I get there or not, and then I think I'm done. But the thing that the thing I love about it is the people.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. We didn't know each other from Adam.
That's it.
And now we've got a relationship, and we talk, we have fun, and I go to my squad, and I've got this range of people from my age, in my 60s, down to people in their 20s. It's really good for you. You can't go along and talk about all your aches and pains because the kids don't.
They don't get it. They don't care.
So, basically, you go along, you have this relationship. You're all in lanes based on speed, not on age, and you're mixed up. And it's actually, I've done studies on this stuff. It actually makes you feel, older people makes you feel younger. And younger people get the benefit of mixing with older people and getting the wisdom and hopefully some guidance in life. And, that's the thing, that coffee, meeting or a coffee break after the swimming.
The best and better than swimming.
The coffee's coming. I could be doing the water aerobics with the weights with the 70-year-olds, but call me old-fashioned. I'd rather be with Vlad Swim, with the younger ones.
Well, Vlad, one of them in Sydney.
John Van
Wies
at Paran in Melbourne is fantastic. A lot of fun group. We go and have coffee.
It seems like there's one in each major city, but a good thing about it, you can travel and swim. Just you can call and Jay and Brisbane or Convent and perfect. I want to come for a swim. Yep, coming over.
Well, internationally too. I go to Chile. I have swimmers there that I swim with. I go to San Francisco and is it Aquatic Park? You've got the Dolphin Club next to the Southeast Rowing, and they all go out. It's just wherever you go, there are groups of people. It's not a huge sport. It's growing,
but it's a good community.
It's a good community, and I think that's the lovely thing. And that's what I really enjoy about it.
I have a last question. It's probably take a while to answer. The Carlos Covina.
Yeah.
What's secret of Carlos Covina? How it's all came to life? I mean, Ross Youngman by itself already cool, and now you have a Carlos Covina.
Well, Carlos Covina. The Carlos Covina thing was an idea. Well, 2 things really. One was that I've always been reticent to put myself out there.
Reticent after, I don't know what the reticent is. I have to check it out.
Check that out. And I found that, through an alter ego, I could actually go out there and do some stuff. And I felt more comfortable goofing off and having fun than, with my other persona,
the serious
one. The business guy that does whatever he does. So that was the
Can
first
you
thing.
be a serious person? I don't know.
Yeah, I have to be in my other life. The other life. With that Ross guy.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I thought was fantastic, because this is such a fantastic community. One end you've got Andy Donaldson, gun elite swimmer, and then you've got people that just show up, put themselves in a position on a beach or somewhere, and they're trying to get from A to B, and it's the same success.
The goal is to finish,
The goal is to finish, not really to compete. So train, all the things that come together, from the people that don't look like athletes to the people that do look like athletes.
Yeah.
And I want to showcase this world because there's so many parts to it. You've got to be able to swim, obviously, but that's just what I'd say 20% of it.
That's it.
You've got the mindset, you've got the feeding strategy, you've got the support, you've got the fear of things like jellyfish and sharks.
Or been swallowed by whales, I know some people.
And then you've got the conditions. It's not swimming in a pool. Anything can happen. You can throw yourself out there and suddenly you've got the worst day in the world, and it doesn't matter. You've still got to try and get from A to B. So celebrating all that is what I try and do with Carlos Covina.
Yeah. That's good. I do like it that you're not only concentrating on fast swims, but just an average jog. Some people have a tendency to be worried, oh, what if I'll get lost? What if everybody beat me? And I said, well, we don't have a first, second, or third. You race against yourself, and if you got to the finish line, you're a champion. So that's, I think it's a good approach.
And I think, look, there's some metaphors for life. You know, we have a lot of stuff goes on in our heads. We create that, you know, we create anxiety, we create all these things. The good thing about marathon swimming is you can just go out there. You don't have to worry what other people think. You just have to go out there, get your head in the right place and do your thing of trying to get from A to B. And whether you make it, you know, did not finish or not, it doesn't matter. You're having a crack and you're doing a lot more than a lot of people are doing. So don't worry what other people think of you. Just think about what makes sense for you as a human being. You get one shot at life and go and give it the best shot you can.
Similar to when I was a kid and I was racing in the pool, and my coach, who was my mom, she would always say, the only person you worry about, it's a person in your lane, which is yourself. Don't give a shit about anybody else.
That's right.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Ross, thank you. That was a good. That was a story time with Val. Thanks, Katya, for your help.